Now, once we have the wings already modeled and made, we're going to go ahead and focus on the window itself. Now, the window itself is fairly easy. I'm going to go ahead and choose a circle spline. I'm actually bringing it up to the where the window is located. So let's go ahead, and I will actually bring it up, and I will actually scale it down to right about there. I'm actually looking at my reference image. I'm in the reference image. I'm just looking at the geometry that we created. I'm going to actually see where it's best to put this. Probably like right there in the center. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually, can't really see it right there because it's actually inside of the actual geometry. We're going to pull it out and we're going to call this window. Remember, it's a good idea to name everything so that you don't have to go back and rename everything. That's quite a hassle. So we're going to go ahead and throw this into extrude nerve. I'm going to actually drag it in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. And that's almost what we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and at the extrude, we're going to add some caps to this, fillet caps. And I'm going to add another fillet cap. Now the wrist steps, I might put 2. And the radius, I might put it down to 2 as well. So 2, 2, just like we did for the wings itself. And then I'm gonna actually put this into a bully object. So let's go ahead. I'm actually gonna save my progress. I don't want to lose anything. So let's put this into a bully so we can make a cut in this geometry. So let's go ahead and we're gonna add a bully. And this is the extrude that we're gonna use for the window. So let's name that window underscore EX. So we're going to actually place the rocket inside of the bully. And then we'll press the window extrude. Then it's in the wrong hierarchy. So we have to put this first, which is the rocket. And now we have a hole inside of the rocket. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually click the bully and we're going to actually hide the edges, the new edges that we created, and make sure high quality selected is already selected. Okay. Now, looks a little bit too large. I might shrink the window down a little bit and actually bring it up. Go ahead and shrink it some more. Probably that's way too big. I'm going to actually bring it up using, go ahead and bring it up a little bit. Okay, so that's where the hole is actually is. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it back out because we shrinked it. So we got to bring it out just a tad. And I'm okay with this. That looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and save again. I'm always going to be saving. So let's go ahead and make a copy of this by control and dragging it out of the bully. And now we're just dealing with the actual window itself. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to actually use my enable access tool. I'm actually going to bring the access up to where the window is and forward. Make sure you use all your 4 views. And we have the window right there. And I'm actually going to shrink it just a little bit to actually fit inside of the window. Oops, I still have my axis on. Remember to turn off your axis. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to add, well, that looks pretty cool to me anyway. So we're going to leave it like that. Next, we're going to focus on, let's go ahead and group these. So the emitter, let's go ahead and actually group this. So we're going to create a node. And I'm actually going to take everything. And I'm going to highlight it. What's the last right here? That's actually for the wing itself. I don't think we need that anymore. We could delete that. Let me see. Let me go ahead and make sure I don't want to delete the wrong thing. I'm going to sew it out. Oh, that's for the actual circle here. But actually delete that. I don't believe we need that right there. We're going to drag everything here. And we're going to place it inside of our node. And we have the emitter on. We don't need it yet. So let's go ahead and actually, what we need to do now is actually texture our scene. So let's go ahead and texture the actual rocket itself. Now I have a blue rocket, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose another color here. Let's make it a little bit more exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this to gold shaded, and I'm gonna go to Windows Content Browser, and I'm gonna search for metal. I'm gonna scroll down to see what I have. Let's see what metals we could use. I like this copper metal type look. I like this gold antique. Let's click that. And that's all the one I need right there. And I'm gonna create it using this color. I'm gonna actually make it somewhat of a color like these. We're gonna do yellow, and for the top part, how about yellow and like a tealish green, like teal. I believe that's teal. Or we could do the orange itself. Let's go ahead and add it to what we're doing right now. Let's add it. Remember, the rocket itself is in the boolean, so we're going to go ahead and place the texture in the boolean. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and that looks good. And we're going to actually duplicate this. I'm going to go ahead in the settings, and I'm going to actually click, and I'm going to click the teal here. Let's go ahead and reflectance channel, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to change the colors here, and now we have a teal look. I'm going to select the rocket, and I want to just select the top part of the rocket because I want to add texture to the top part. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use the rectangular selection tool. I'm going to drag. I'm going to press UI to go to selection, and I'm going to drag this. Wait, it's not there. I'm going to actually drag it onto that. So now texture should be added to the top part. Let's go ahead and see what we have. So we have that. As for the wings itself, let's go ahead and take a look at what reference the wings. Wings is actually teal also. So we're going to actually select the wings here, and we're going to drag the teal onto left right wing and right wing. I'm actually going to duplicate this. I'm going to drag the new duplication onto this. And what I will do now is actually double click, and I will turn down the bump just a little bit. The bump is way too high, so I'll bring it down to like so, 3%. Now go ahead and actually texture this part here yellow. So let's texture, I'm gonna give it a little bit more exciting look. I'm gonna go ahead and change the color here to make it look like it's actually a part of it. I'm gonna turn this part itself yellow. So let's go ahead and select our rocket. I'll go ahead and press UL for loop selection, and I will make this yellow all the way these yellow right here, just this section. I'm gonna drag it onto that. It should be there. Let's make sure I didn't do nothing crazy. Actually, I want to make it teal. My mistake. So let's go ahead and undo that. I'm going to actually drag the teal color on it. Next, I want to make this part down here black. So I'm actually going to duplicate it once more, and I'm going to make the color black. So we're going to go into the actual reflectors channel, and I'm going to make this at least a little darker color, a little shiny green right there. I'm going to make the bottom part here black. So I'm going to press here. I'm going to press UI to go with my selection. I'm going to drag it onto that. So now we should have that black here. Now we're going to actually do this part. This is actually a decent part here. Let's go take a look in our perspective view. If I'm moving too fast, you could always go back and go to YouTube, go to the settings, and change the playback speed to a quicker playback speed. Let's go ahead and take that off, and let's look at what we have. This one is actually better than the last one I created, but this is actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead now and add our glass texture to this